I'm Reed Kaplan. I am the director of Hellevator. Yeah, I was sitting down with some of my filmmaker friends, and I just really wanted to get a project done. This is my first film. And we were kind of just tossing around ideas, and we were thinking of, one location ideas. And we're like, what about an elevator? And then I was like, just joking around like Hellevator. And then we're like, there's kind of something there. And then we ended up shooting it, and of course it spiraled into multiple locations and was a bigger thing, but it had that really nice grounded core of the elevator. So it's that classic thing in film where the problems become the solution, where the way that I wrote it actually was a little bit awkward, and it was dedicated to a really specific kind of space. And one of the locations we had just didn't have a hallway, so I had to rewrite it, but then the rewrite made it way better. So yeah, it worked out great. On our pitch deck and vision board, 3 of the main films I referenced were The Monkey, especially for the visuals and style, Fresh, and Ready or Not. I just had a lot on my plate in terms of, I wrote it, I directed it, I acted in it, and it was my first film. So having to juggle all that and be in charge of everyone was a lot. I'd like to do it again, we'll see, but I think a big challenge was just directing myself. I felt really comfortable directing everybody else, but then when it came to my close-ups, sometimes you could see me directing in my close-up, so we had to kind of figure that out. But overall, it was great. I think it was a really fun experience. Well, my co-star, Etika Marks, I wrote that role for her. So already I knew she was locked in. And then for me, I wasn't sure if I was gonna act in it or not, but when it came time to shoot it, I was like, you know what, I just felt like I needed to be in it. And then the rest of our cast was fantastic. We did a really extensive casting. We had like 1,300 women and 700 men. And on the last day of casting, I found Josh in LA. We were walking around and I was like, you look like an actor. Can you read for this? And he's like, I am an actor. And he got the role. And then Vicky Barbalak, who was amazing, we couldn't cast that role at all. It was like nearly impossible. And then I was just scrolling through comedy club websites to see everyone who's ever performed there, because I needed someone funny. And I saw Vicky, and instantly I was like, we need her. Can we get her? And thank God we did. It was a horror comedy, yeah. So it definitely was rooted in both. The initial script was really joke heavy. We cut some of them, but a big decision for me was, do we shoot it funny or do we shoot it horror? And we ended up deciding shooting it really genre, 2:3:5 aspect ratio. I think if we had gone for the comedy, we would have lost some of the drama and the horror. And I'd rather have it as a horror comedy than a comedy horror. The first draft was atrocious, as they always are. The second draft was actually pretty close, and then by the third draft, we'd really ironed out a lot of the details. And then we did one more pass, like I said, with the location changes. But after that, it was pretty much locked in. I mean, I had a really extensive shot list, so we had to be really on the ball to get all those. And yeah, there was a little bit of ad-libbing. Honestly, certain moments, there's a moment in the climax where I wanted it to read as funny, and Etika goes, give me one more take. I want to do this serious. And she was right. She broke down crying, and I was like, okay, that's the moment. We're doing that. So we definitely had some flexibility on set, yeah, for those small moments. Yeah. I had so many shots blocked that I just wanted to make sure we got them. We shot over 4 days, and we used every minute of all those days. So when we had it, and I knew. I'm not one to push a ton of shots. I think it exhausts actors. I don't think they're gonna get it any better on the 10th take. So usually what I would do is 2 or 3, and then I say, let's do a fun one, however you want to do it, and 9 times out of 10, that was the one we used. There were some more involved shots, not on the acting side, just camera movements that I really wanted to get right, so we took more time with those. But yeah, generally I like to keep it fast-paced. I think especially for this kind of film, like, you want to keep it fun, you want to keep it moving, you want to keep it dynamic, so that was kind of my pace on set. I think performances. I think that's what grounds the film. It's really a relationship drama, and the horror and comedy, I think, are what make it fun and make it engaging. But at the heart of it, it's really just the story of these people breaking up, and the other elements around it that talk about the same themes. So I just wanted to make sure everything was really connected and grounded, and luckily I had a great connection with Etika. I wrote the role for her. We've known each other for almost a decade. So I just wanted to make sure that was lined up, and I'm really happy with everyone's performances. Yeah, I think what I learned was, you know, this confirmed for me that this is what I want to do. It felt so natural directing on set at the very least. All the other elements I think were a fun challenge, but I just really want to keep directing films, you know, so that's my big takeaway. Because I think this was a learning experience for me. I was like, do I just want to be a writer? Do I want to, you know, be an actor? And I think directing this film, you know, solidified that that's my goal. Yeah, I mean, so this project was super collaborative. Like I said, I went to USC for film school, and most of the people who worked on it were either people I knew from school or, you know, one step removed, but still went to USC. And I mean, everybody I worked with, I would work with again. My producers were great. My first AD saved me, my DP. I mean, truly, I think we had a really great cast, and it was super cohesive, and crew. Everybody just got along. I actually had the cast stay with me during the production, like at my house, and some of the crew also stayed together. So we actually got this really close bond, and we all really like stayed in touch and feel pretty close. So I'm really grateful for that. You know, it was actually upsetting in the moment, but when there's a turning point in the movie where this one character does that classic horror movie scream, and the tone switches, and I was sitting in front of her with a monitor, and she hit it so hard that it shook me out of what I was doing. I like forgot where I was. It like actually scared me, and I went, oh, that was it. And that feeling of like, I know we have something here at least, like we have that horror feeling was just really great, yeah.
If you could describe your film in one word, what would it be?
Fun. I mean, it's like gory and crazy and insane, but I think it's fun, yeah. My scripts range all over. I mean, maybe there's a feature of this, like I have an outline of this. I really like rom-coms. I think a lot of what I like, especially in this one, is it's like there's a romantic core to it. So maybe a rom-com, or maybe another kind of breakup com like this, yeah.